Last month, the world recorded its hottest month on record. And now meteorologists say a heat dome currently centered over Mexico and the Southwest will shift this weekend, repositioning over the east by next week. It's expected to cause record-high temperatures across multiple cities. CBS News senior weather producer David Parkinson joins us here on set. David, before we get to this specific heat dome, would you remind us what a heat dome is?
Sure. So a heat dome is basically an area where you've got high pressure over the country and essentially, or any part of the world, really. It could be in Asia, it could be in Africa, it could be in Europe, and we've seen that already as well. You've got high pressure over an area, and it's pushing down. So all the hot air at the ground can't escape up, right? Hot air likes to rise. Well, it can't do that. So it just keeps the hot air down at the ground, and it really just sort of broils the temperatures. And that's what we're seeing right now. It's causing drought conditions in Mexico because it's drying out the ground because, again, it's so warm and it doesn't have anywhere to go. And then that has extended up into portions of the Intermountain West and the Southwest. That is going to shift to the east, and you will see it in the Northeast and the Southeast over the next week or so. But the problem is when these happen, they often lock into place. And that's what we're seeing, John, is that this heat dome, particularly over Mexico, hasn't moved in weeks. And in fact, one of the real concerns that we have is climate change is enhancing the heat domes. Which is my next question. So are they, A, more frequent because of climate change, and or B, are they hanging out longer because of climate change? Yeah, so yes to both. Okay. So this is what's called the Climate Shift Index. This is something that Climate Central has come up with, and it basically shows you the likelihood that the heat that's going on is related to climate change. This is 5 times more likely that this heat is caused by climate change in the Southwest. Again, this is in the Southeast for Saturday. Somewhere in the 3 to 4 times more likely. Down here in Mexico, this entire area, 3, 4, 5 times more likely that it's being caused by climate change. So all of these heat cases are being enhanced by climate change. The other thing is, one of the theories is that the jet stream is not moving in the way that we would predict it to because of climate change. When the jet stream gets locked into place, you have these record temperatures staying in place. And so that's a double dose of climate change causing these problems. And so now viewers in the Northeast are going, I heard about the Northeast. So tell us what's going to happen in the Northeast as this moves. Yeah, so this is Saturday. This is the first dose of this heat wave as it moves to the east. So you're seeing triple digits in Atlanta. This is also not a dry heat. So in the Southwest, it was a dry heat, not in Atlanta. That 99 is going to feel close to 105. The 100 in Baton Rouge will feel close to 106. This will then shift to the north basically all next week. So beginning, let's say, Tuesday, but really Wednesday through, let's call it Saturday. All of those days, we're looking at 95 degrees in the Northeast. I saw a 97 for Hartford for one of the days, so that's incredibly oppressive, that far north into New England. Then you add the humidity, and you bring yourself to a heat index of 104, 105. That's going to start the middle of next week, go all the way through next weekend. It's locked in. It's our first heat dome, but it will not be our last heat dome of the summer, unfortunately. And this is dangerous heat because once you're outside and you have those humidities, you can't evacuate the moisture with the sweat that you might have. So that's another problem where you get more heat-related diseases and heat-related sicknesses because of the conditions that we're seeing. I want you to come back when we're talking about a mild temperate dome. I want one of those domes, David. They never invite me when the weather's quiet, John. Yes, so. Well, we'll find a way to do that. David Parkinson, thank you.